What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey there.
How's it going?
We're doing something?
Yeah, it looks like we're doing something. At least
A little
it's
something.
saying we're live, but for some reason I couldn't get the thing up just to make sure.
My bad. I was too busy looking at PlayStation 5 stuff. It was not in my actual cart. It was not secured.
It's not secured?
It was not secured.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How you doing down there, Chris?
Nate loses again.
It's warm.
It's warm?
I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try to get the PlayStation now.
Oh, that's good.
So, how are you?
I'm alright. A little tired.
Why are you tired?
Because we just had a baby girl.
What?
Wow. Ow.
Thank you. I'm deaf now.
Wait, what was that? I missed that. Can we do that again?
What?
Why does it say we're dropping frames?
Why does it seem like YouTube isn't like loading tonight?
Yeah, it's freezing.
Yeah,
So it's not just me, it's YouTube.
Well,
I don't
YouTube
know,
was
it's-
having a bunch of issues last night. Like, I couldn't even watch a YouTube video for like 2 hours last night.
Yeah.
No, it crashed.
You mean you weren't able to watch girls jumping on trampolines earlier?
From Travis, we had a baby.
Well, no, I can find that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's called The Man Show. It's still out there. Is it on the Plex, actually?
It's looking like there's something wrong with their server. I may have to, because we're dropping a ton of frames, and
Yeah, it's YouTube. You might have to upload it later.
that's all right. I'll just do that because I am still getting 30 up and more than almost 700 down, so I'll just upload it later.
Sounds like a good plan, Stan.
I want your internet.
Yeah, Comcast.
He wants your internet like I want his mom.
Trust me, you don't want my mom.
All right.
So, how does it feel to have a baby girl?
I don't know. Same as it did to have Connor.
She's so stinking cute.
No, she looks like Connor. She's not cute anymore.
No, she is fucking beautiful.
She was cute.
I was like, how was the baby? Did you see her? Did you hold her? And they were like, no. I was like, come on. I miss her already. She's so cute.
No,
If it was a puppy, I would have been all over it.
If it was a puppy, Nate would have stole it by now.
Yeah.
I would offer to watch that puppy all the time
I'll steal the baby.
and go where with it.
That's called a felony, Amanda.
Listen, Travis won't mind. They'll get a nice break. They'll know where she is. Especially when Nate shows up at their house.
Not here.
Yes.
No, Nate will not be there. The baby will be.
I'll be over there with Scout because he doesn't want anything to do with the baby either, I'm sure.
You don't know that. He may very well love little babies.
I mean.
Maybe he'll snuggle with her.
Oh, that one was bad for you.
No.
So, I think we have a sports show. Is
We
that
do.
what we're doing here? Is that the
Something
point of
along
this?
those lines.
That the thing
Sports.
we do every Thursdays, we get together and talk about sports.
Oh yeah.
We get together and talk shit about each other.
Pretty much.
So let's do the first sport thing that we're gonna talk about. So this week we actually had a little baseball stuff because it happened up here, so I heard about it. Ask Cora's back.
Alex.
Yeah, that's what I said. Alex.
Ask Cora.
Alex.
Ass.
Alex Cora. Well, he kind of is an ass, But it's been 9 months since the Red Sox manager, Alex Cora, parted ways to following his involvement with the Houston Astros sign stealing scandal. But the two sides are now back together. Do we think this 1 year suspension that really wasn't a full year was enough, or should have been longer?
Can I ask a follow-on question?
Yes.
Does anybody really care?
No,
I
it's
do a little bit.
baseball. So
I want to know what your opinion is. He stole signs, basically watching television for what the quarterback was doing, and then they were relaying it with a trash barrel, like hitting the trash barrel for a fastball or curveball, so the batter would know what the pitch was.
And
So-
if anything, it sounds like he was smart and did his homework.
So the issue is with baseball, everyone's always trying to steal signs. The issue with this is they started to use some technology to help them steal the signs. But he's not the first. He won't be the last. I mean,
Just the first one to get caught?
No, so he wasn't even he got thrown under the bus as the mastermind to it, but apparently he was only the bench coach.
Right.
The actual manager was the one who put him in charge of this to make it so they could win more. So he was pretty much told to do it by the manager, and the manager had gotten a job before he did, where they both got suspended.
Ah.
So it's the issue with baseball is it's a dying sport, and they're
trying to stay relevant.
They're trying to stay relevant, and teams winning a lot draws attention to the sport, just like the steroids did for after the lockout, with all the home run records being broken and whatnot.
Yeah.
That drew people back in. Well, with the pandemic year, they're comparing it to like the lockout year, where a lot of the people aren't watching anymore, even less than ever before. So they're trying to do whatever they can to get as many people into watching it as they can. So I don't think it really makes a difference. I think that sport's built upon cheating and skirting the rules for so many years that they weren't going to hold them accountable for it for too long.
Right.
Chris, you look like a deer in headlights.
Oh, I'm trying to get the game up on the other computer screen.
I just think that, like, I kind of agree with you. I think they're just trying to stay relevant. Honestly, who freaking cares? This one guy, Alex Cora, decided to come up with a way, or was a part of some way, to better give them an advantage. You wouldn't think that any other team in the MLB would have considered doing the exact same thing if they thought about it.
Oh, they definitely would have.
And they're probably already doing things that they haven't even been caught for yet.
Yeah, they just happen to get caught.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the issue. And you notice the fact is none of the players said anything, even the ones after that got let go or got traded or whatnot. None of those players ever came out and said anything about what they were doing. You want to know why? Because it's ingrained in the sport. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That is the ultimate sport for that motto right there.
Oh yeah.
Their whole sport's built around stealing signs and skirting rules to try and make
Cork and bats.
Exactly.
Hey, bud. So I think we've established that officially nobody cares.
Well, it's baseball. Of course, no one cares.
Well, I just wanted to know if anybody cared. If anybody cared that it was only a single year.
Travis cared.
Yes, I did a little bit.
Travis did care. Why? What is your opinion, Mr. Thick?
I think it should have been more than 1 year. If they're gonna show that, like, tell everybody, hey, you can't be using technology to steal these signs, and if we catch you, it's not gonna be a single year. No matter who you are, part of the organization, you will be out of the league for, let's call it 3 years. That way, 3 to 5 years, depending on how severe it was. They did win a World Series because of it, or it helped win the World Series. So that makes it worse, I think. So that would be like a maximum penalty of 5 years because you won the series from it.
Now, what if they just, if the first time offense, he's the first one that got and caught doing it. Yeah, he gets 1 year. But what about everybody thereafter? You know, do they get more punitive fine because the league is now looking for this sort of thing?
No,
Or
the league's
they-
not looking for this sort of thing.
It's
They're
because all the
very-
other teams brought it to
they're
the
smart.
attention.
So
No,
that's the problem.
No, the other teams were trying to hide it, didn't want to report it because they didn't want that the league looking into how they try and steal signs.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason it got out and they ended up suspending the GM, the manager and Alex and the bench coach was because the story, someone in the press got the story and they started blasting it everywhere. Well, now it's out in the national media. They were skirting it. They were trying to brush it under the rug, just like what happened with the Yankees. Notice how nothing ever came of that? They brushed that right under the rug. Pandemic hit. Everyone got distracted. They went, never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. All right, so I guess I'm one of the lone people that thinks it should have been a harder punishment to begin with, so that way it would set like a standard saying, "Hey, you do this and you get caught, you're going to be wishing you didn't because you're going to be out of this league for 3 to 5 years."
Well, I think we've established that you're more of a hard ass than the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
I think that essentially that's what you're saying.
No, I think the fact is he doesn't understand how baseball works. Baseball's built on cheating.
Oh, I understand that baseball's built on cheating, but it's like they have no standards in like the league, and it's kind of sucky.
No, they don't. The league doesn't want to look into it. They don't want to investigate. They don't want to catch anyone doing anything. They put blinders on, and they just want to make money and not care about it. Like I said, the only reason it became national news is because a sports media guy wrote about it.
Yeah.
And got detailed information that he wasn't supposed to have and put it on blast on social media. Other than that, it wouldn't have. You would have.
Be very,
you would have
very
heard, oh, they
quiet.
were under investigation.
I'm hunting
and that would have been
weapons.
the end of it.
All right. Well, it sounds like it was all of the writer's fault.
It was the reporter who actually did his job and investigated and.
They should have just made him look bad and called it a day.
There you go.
Well, they tried. They were saying that his reports were false. They were invalid. He got bad information, and then finally someone came out and said, "No, that's the correct information."
Oh well. Guess it is what it is. All right, let's get to our moments with Chris.
All right, guys. So this week in college football. You done, Nate?
Maybe.
At least for the moment.
That is a no.
All right, so Penn State running back Journey Brown announced yesterday that he is retiring from college football and football in general due to a newly discovered heart condition. He was diagnosed with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So what that is...
I am so glad that you are a medical person because you could actually say those.
I was really hoping.
Oh, trust me, I had to say it out I said it out loud like 4 or 5 times when I was writing that to make sure I could say it. But so what it is a thickening of the heart muscle and the walls of the heart, which can essentially lead to a reduced blood flow out of the heart. Well, being an elite athlete, that's the case. He's going to be putting himself at a higher risk if he were to continue playing. So this is a huge blow to the Nittany Lions. He was a huge part of the offense last season, projected as one of the best backs this last preseason before he opted out for COVID. But he wanted to come back for one more season prior to potentially going to the NFL.
Somebody please think of the children.
Okay, then.
Oh, that sucks for them, and I think it sucks for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Is there a way to like? Is surgery a thing? Is there any options for him to improve his overall like health and life, or is this something that is going to affect him? You know, granted, maybe not playing sports, but in general welfare.
I think so. I think him being an athlete the way he is, hope he can continue to probably, be fit. But I think the problem is, you know, that explosive pace, the adrenaline, everything that goes with that, and that consistency of being at, an elevated heart rate that long, that long term would probably be more detrimental. But I think he can live a fairly normal life.
So what you're saying is we expect to see him on the next episode of American Ninja Warrior.
Probably.
Wait, isn't he already on it? So pretty much what you're saying is he can be a normal person, he can't be an elite athlete anymore.
Yeah, like I mean,
Oh, so he should play baseball.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so the Rona has struck yet again in college football this
Seems
week.
to be a tendency.
Yeah, it's getting to be a thing now. So, but this week it's even more important because it actually affected my Buckeyes. So Maryland had some positive tests, and they actually canceled the Ohio State game this weekend. Not the only game canceled or postponed. So the SEC had 4 games postponed this week, including newly crowned #1 Alabama. They won't be playing this week. Yeah, like half the conference isn't playing. I mean, honestly, do you guys? Is it like Jeremy kind of answered my first question here? Is this really even a shock?
No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
The more shock is that they've lasted this long without major, like lots of games being canceled every weekend.
Right. Wisconsin's actually making, after having their 2 weeks off, they're coming back this weekend to play Michigan. So we'll see, how one of the first teams that's really been out for more than just a week or something like that comes back from, not being able to really practice as much and see how they
do anything.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So do we think that this should impact the rankings of, these teams that aren't allowed to play, but, didn't have any positive tests? Like they're the school that's kind of like, just like, okay, well, we don't get to play because another school had tests. Do you think that should, missing those games or having to postpone those games should affect their rankings?
I'm going to think due to this year, they're going to take it more of a, how does the team look as an average, not the actual win-loss record. It's going to be more the actual, like, percentage-based win-loss record compared to the actual numbers.
Victory, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be based on how they play and the games they've played. Otherwise, it's going to, because let's face it, we have no idea how many teams are actually going to miss games before this is all said and done this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then when you think about it, half of these teams, they're being canceled because the other team is the problem, not them.
Mm-hmm. And like for the Big Ten, it's a big issue in the Big Ten because since the Big Ten started late and they didn't build, a week or so into the schedule to play these makeup games, it's just a straight cancellation. It's not even a, postponement. Like they're just not going to play the game against Maryland now. And that makes me sad because I wanted to see how little Tua, when he faced, a top 10 defense, how he looked,
right?
And it, see how that was going to play out. But I guess we'll just have to wait till next year.
I think that they should suspend bowl games. I think this year should just be like an asterisk because some of these teams that could be a competitive team are being sidelined by a pandemic, which, I mean, I get it. Teams like my Cajuns or whatever are getting a chance to step up and whatnot, but, it still kind of hurts these other teams that have tried true programs that make it to these bowl games, and with the new playoff system that they won't be able to because of, forfeited games or whatever. I guess the only way to compensate that is maybe cancel other games amongst the season, amongst all the teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep it competitive.
Right. And I'm hoping that, they take into account, especially like you're saying, these teams that are being affected, not saying that they have cases, but the team they were playing had cases, that they take that into account and, don't, necessarily penalize them for having 1 game less or 2 games less. But so, all right, moving on. Upset of the week. Notre Dame defeated at the time, number 1 Clemson in a double overtime thriller last week. It was a really close game. Me and Jeremy were kind of messaging back and forth throughout it. The Fighting Irish's defense played outstanding, limiting one of the nation's top running backs to just 28 yards on 18 carries. So Travis Etienne was predicted to be like the best running back in the country this year, and they limited him to 28 yards.
Wow.
Game.
That's insane.
Yeah, you guys were messaging back and forth, and I was trying to keep a little girl asleep. No, that was Saturday, so I was actually trying to stay awake, so I was actually watching Harley Quinn.
How'd that work out for you?
I stayed awake almost the whole time until I was like, I'm going to get some sleep.
Actually got here.
Yeah.
He was like dead to the world.
Yeah.
I woke up before you did.
You should have drove over and shook me.
Yeah. So with the way that Notre Dame's defense played, do we think that it had Trevor Lawrence actually been able to play that game, that it would have made as much of a difference? Because their backup DJ, and I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce this dude's last name, it's U something. He went 29 for 44 for 439 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he didn't have a bad game at all.
No, that's actually a really good game.
Well, the issue was they were stacking the box. They were not going to let the running back beat them. They were going to make this second game starter for quarterback go out there and beat him throwing the ball, which he almost did. So
yeah,
and they were playing single coverage. They were selling out to stop the running back.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would have had he adds an added layer, just another person to cover, especially if you're in man defense. You're going to have to put a spy on the quarterback because he can run the ball. So I think it would have had an effect. I think it still would have been a really close game, but I think Clemson probably would have pulled it out, which leads me to my next question.
I definitely think Clemson would have won if they
had
their starting quarterback.
So if this game gets ran back in the ACC championship game, do we expect a similar outcome, or do we expect Clemson to go ahead, flip it, and it's,
Well, if Trevor is back, I'm going to say if he's back and he's able to play, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more one-sided Clemson than
No, I think it'll be close. It won't be overtime close. It'll be probably like a 7 or 10 point game.
I think I would agree with that, Jeremy. I mean, I just think
a blowout, but it won't be going down to the wire to tie it up to go into overtime.
Yeah. So
where did they where did Clemson drop to after losing that game?
4.
Oh, so we were right. Yep, they did drop to 4.
Yeah, they went to 4. So the rankings right now, top 4 are Bama 1, Notre Dame jumped Ohio State and went to 2.
Wow.
From 4. Ohio State remained at 3 and Clemson's at 4. We won't. So Ohio State, the only way they're going to move out of that 3 spot is if either Notre Dame loses a game or Alabama loses a game. That's the only, because we only have, for the rest of the season, 1 top 25 opponent left, potentially, depending on the Big Ten championship game. But regular season, we play number 10 Indiana next week.
Yep.
So, but we'll see what happens.
But all you need to do is be top 4 anyways to make the playoffs, right?
Exactly, yeah. And honestly, if rankings stay the way they are, that works out pretty well, because that means that we would have to. Yeah, we would play Notre Dame, and I'm more confident playing Notre Dame than I am Clemson or Alabama. So, to be honest, so
you're like, I hope we stay right where we are.
Really, Nate? All right. So, in Raging Cajun news, they broke into the top 25 this week. They are 25 in the AP Top 25. They
Sweet.
defeated Arkansas State 27-20. QB1 Levi Lewis was 17 for 29 for 244 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. This is the second time this year that the Cajuns are ranked in the top 25, with their one loss coming at the hands of number 15 Coastal Carolina. They sit atop the Sun Belt West at 4-1 in the conference. There's your Raging Cajun news, Nate.
I'm excited. Go Cajuns.
So Nate, do you think they're going to take that QB in the first? Is Green Bay going to take that QB in the first round?
Oh, I hope so. That'd be great. I hope they go up like 12 positions and grab him.
Just to see how pissed off they can get.
They're going to take Trey Lance, because he's the most obscure, or the kid from BYU.
Who's the best?
No, Patriots want the kid from BYU probably. That's a talk.
I've seen a couple different things. Honestly, I've seen
in the who's the best place kicker in college right now? That's who Green Bay's gonna go.
No, that's who the Patriots traded up for that last year. Well, they traded down to trade up.
Yeah, but they traded up for the wrong kicker.
That's true.
They didn't take glasses.
So I've seen a couple different things switching back and forth in the draft perspectives. So some have Mac Jones, who's the quarterback for Alabama right now, going to Washington, and then the Pats taking Trey Lance. I've seen that flipped where Mac Jones goes to the Pats. I've also seen the kid from BYU. I can't think of his name. We do this every week, and I can't think of his name. I've seen him going there. But for the most part, everything that I see has the Pats taking a quarterback in the first round.
Oh, yeah, because the Pats need a franchise quarterback.
Right.
Zach Wilson.
Bad. They need a franchise quarterback bad.
Is that the kid from BYU?
Yeah, Zach Wilson's the kid from BYU. The issue is with trying to grade people on this current season is going to be difficult.
Right. And unless you have a couple seasons and see that they're still pretty consistent. But that's all I got for college, Travis.
That's good. At least we get something.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy this week.
No, nothing too crazy to talk about there. So let's get to the NFL. So as we all know, Lamar Jackson, he was the MVP last year. He is claiming that defenses are calling out our plays. And
that's what happens.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Well, by calling out his plays, his only evidences are run and stuff like that. Watch out for this, watch out for that. Sometimes that's what's going on. I played a lot of football, whether it was Pop Warner, high school, some semi-pro. Every defensive player I know is yelling that out the minute offense lines up.
I mean, it's called watching film.
Yeah, you watch film.
What did we say all last year? As soon as they get the film, it's going to quickly... He's not a passing quarterback. He's going to quickly end his hype.
Look,
right. So are you on the same wavelength that it's as me?
And I
Nate.
call the plays out from the sideline.
Right.
You guys both can't talk at the same time.
Of course we can. We're going to talk over each other and get loud.
Except for I cover you.
That was last week.
So are you guys on board with me saying that he's just making excuses for the bad games he has more than anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, he's crying because he can't do what he always did, and now he doesn't know how to win. It's just him crying, saying, "Oh, they're trying to pin them as cheating." That's all it is.
Every team except for his.
Yep.
It sounds like baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
No, they just go on IR for a stubbed toe.
No. It's a fingernail.
Let me rephrase that. There's no crying in women's baseball.
Women's baseball is brutal. All right. So we're all on the same wavelength for that one.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Who thunk it?
Antonio Brown, the name we thought we'd never talk about again because
we weren't supposed to talk about him ever again.
Nope, but he's back. So he has played his first game since week 2 of last season after serving an 8-game suspension to start this season. he was basically ineffective, as we saw, with the Tampa Bay losing that game miserably to the New Orleans Saints. Me and Nate were up listening to that game as we were mudding and painting and everything else, getting all the trim up.
Yeah.
We're
going to do it again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we have to finish up with out of the trim on the bottom, just the top trim and the doors tomorrow. So, but other than being ineffective, what's more interesting is that Tuesday, the woman who alleged that he raped her finally filed in the correct city for the civil case when she had known for over a year which city she had to actually file in for that case, because the police had determined that they do not have enough information to go not a federal case, but criminal case. So does this make it a little bit more suspect that she waited till he finally got paid to show up and be like, hey, we're gonna do this?
No, this is the same thing she did last time too.
I have absolutely nothing to say about this topic whatsoever.
All right, Chris, I want your opinion. Does it seem more like a money grab this time around now, especially now that she waited all this time till he's finally playing again to do this?
I mean, there's no statute of limitation. It could look. I mean, you could look at anything anyway. And I'm doing this as politically correct as possible.
Right.
Nate's smiling down there.
You gotta think Edwards 2024. So.
Right. So, you can think whatever you want. Perception could seem that way, but you don't know what is going on in her life. So, maybe she's following legal advice from a lawyer. I don't know.
Oh well, if she's dealing with a lawyer, of course they told her to wait till he got paid so she can get more money out of him. That's what lawyers do.
Personally, the optics look bad.
Am I wrong in that statement? Am I wrong in that statement?
I am not touching this.
No. Listen, if a lawyer is advising someone, do they not tell them, okay, they have no income right now. Let's wait till they get a job, and once they get a job, now we'll file so that way they have proof of income, which means we can get more money out of them. Would that not be the lawyer's mentality? I don't care what the case is. I'm just saying the lawyer's mentality. Their goal is to get as much money for their client as possible, correct? And if they have no source of income...
the individual's lawyer is there for the best interest of the individual that they are representing, yes.
AKA to get the individual as much money as they can, correct?
I'm not arguing this one. I am as Switzerland as possible on this.
So you're saying you're Chris today?
Yeah,
on this topic, I have nothing to say.
I'm talking about just a lawyer. I don't care what the case is.
Look, if you hire a lawyer, the lawyer is going to do what's in best interests that they feel is for their client, and they are there to protect their client and get their client what is just to them.
Exactly. And their lawyer would advise them, hey, they have no source of income right now.
I am not their lawyer.
Yes, I know you're not.
Jeremy's playing it. Jeremy's playing their lawyer for right now.
If you're a lawyer, if I was representing you and you were suing Travis, for
which will happen probably eventually, for Dunkin' Donuts.
What am I suing Travis for?
Probably for not paying you back for Dunkin' Donuts enough times.
That stuff cannot be disclosed on the airwaves. that could get you in trouble later. But if Travis were to get laid off, say tomorrow, well now, okay, he has no source of income. You don't file the lawsuit then. You go, oh wait, he finally, and then 6 months, a year later, he gets this job making money. You go, all right, let's file it now. Now he has a source of income. Now we can get money out of him. Correct?
I think
wow,
we lost.
I talked Nate right off the podcast.
That doesn't usually happen. What is that noise? Nate,
I
what
lost
happened?
you guys there. What happened?
What happened, Nate?
I talked to you right off a podcast, apparently.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I just heard some static and my video was gone. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, all we heard was static, and it was like, this is bad. Well, from what I've gathered, Comcast is having issues up here too today
Comcast was having issues earlier this week too.
Yeah,
On Tuesday,
the
whole
schools
system
were
went
dropping out of out of their streams.
Tuesday,
All of a
the
sudden, we lost internet for about 30 seconds while I was upstairs.
Tuesday.
Anyway.
So
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. What's up with the Patriots here?
So it was the Antonio Brown thing. It was when he was with the Patriots. This was national news. Like super, everybody knew about it. Everybody was talking about it 24/7. It was talked about to death.
The issue why it was talked about so much is because it was the first time we had ever heard any of this stuff about Antonio Brown.
But now I had to dig deep. Like I had heard about it on OMF on EEI up here.
Yeah, you want to know why?
And then I had to dig deep to actually find any more information about it.
Yeah, it's because it's old news now. Everyone knows he's a slime ball, so.
Right, but you figure because he's playing with Brady again, that would be bigger news?
No, because it's.
Or is it because they lost last week?
No, it's because the fact is everyone already knows that it's going to happen eventually. It's just, once there's a verdict, there'll probably be national news again. But till then, it's just going to be piddly background noise.
All right. So, next on the list. So, Lamar Jackson. He was the NFL MVP last year. And so far, through the first half of this season, the Cardinals QB Kyler Murray has...
You did it!
Yes, I did.
Yay!
He's been even better than Lamar Jackson was at this point last year. If he keeps this going, even keeps this up with like his stats and whatnot, do you think that even if his team isn't one of the top 5 teams, he'll win the MVP?
Nope.
He's got to outshoot Russell Wilson.
Yeah, the issue is he has to outshine Russell Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers is in.
Aaron Rodgers
again,
Mahomes.
Yep. He's got an uphill battle, and I think it's gonna. At the end of the day, it's probably gonna go to. I'm not saying this because Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for my team, but there's a good chance it might go to A-Rod, just because of who he is. Russell Wilson just seems like he never gets.
He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, he never gets the recognition that he deserves. He is a great quarterback.
He's never gotten a vote for MVP.
Right.
Yep. And he deserves it. He's a great quarterback.
There's numerous times he should have gotten a vote.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to end up going, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson might still be in the hunt for who knows. Patrick Mahomes, obviously. But, what about Drew Brees? He should be in contention for it, but he's probably not. Tom Brady, I hate to say it, he could be, but he's not.
No, they're pushing the younger people there, but they're not pushing the young people yet.
Yeah. So
like Kyler Murray's still too young. It's only his second year in the league.
It was only Lamar Jackson's second year in the league.
Yes, but that's because Lamar Jackson was that new toy, and they knew it was going to quickly dwindle away.
So get it while it's still shiny?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson was like the flash in the pan. He was this, something that nobody had seen yet in this, he ran this college style that we haven't seen in the NFL, and now all of a sudden it's working in the NFL. So, yeah, he's going to get it because it's something fresh, new, hot that nobody else expected. Now that that's over with, you're going to start looking at, who knows? Patrick Mahomes might be a top contender, but really it should go to Russell Wilson. As much as I don't want to say that, it should go to him, but it's not going to go to him.
No,
which is sad.
Yeah. He has been overlooked many times for MVP. And there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Nothing.
Never is. All right. So, let's get to the odds of making the playoffs. You guys want to do this or not really?
Playoffs.
Yeah. So I pulled this up. So right now the top contender is Kansas City. And what I found out is this is all from fuck. All right, I gotta grab something here after this. But I found this from FootballOutsiders.com. Your top team contentions is Kansas City, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Seattle, Baltimore, Indianapolis, the LA Rams, Buffalo, Tennessee, Arizona, Chicago, Philadelphia, Miami, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Cleveland, San Francisco, and New York Giants. Now, I mean, the Giants, really? Does anybody feel like the Giants should be on this list as having... They're listed at 1% chance of making the playoffs. Do we really think they have a 1% chance of making the playoffs?
My question is, why are teams like San Francisco and the Giants on there when you only have 20 teams out of the 32?
Well, because they're talking a 16-team playoff this year.
Yes, but if teams like the Giants and San Francisco are on that list...
Well, so they have a 1.2% conference appearance, and they have a 0.4% chance of a conference win and a 0.2% chance of winning the Super Bowl. Again, the Giants, they have a 1% chance of making it, a 0.2% chance of winning a conference, and no percent chance of winning a Super Bowl. So again, why are they on this list?
Because basically, I think what they did is they took the top 2 teams in each division and just put them all on this list and gave them the best shot. Figure what was the shot of them actually winning it. That's what it looks like to me.
I think the one thing that I found interesting was that Pittsburgh has a 5% chance of going 16-0. So ultimately, the big question is, who do we think is going to pop the cherry for Pittsburgh and dethrone them as being undefeated?
What's their schedule look like?
Travis?
Oh, I don't have all the week because
what good are you?
Well, because all the weeks have been in crazy flux because of these games that were rescheduled and everything like that. So I haven't fully filled out all the weeks.
Here's the remaining schedule. We have the Bengals this weekend.
They're going to beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Jacksonville next weekend.
They'll beat Jacksonville.
Yep.
The Ravens Thanksgiving Day.
That's going to be close.
They're at Baltimore. That probably is the one that pops it.
Yeah, that might be the cherry popper.
And then they have... Oh, what?
Oh, I was going to jump ahead of Washington, and you got the Bills.
You got Washington, Buffalo.
I think Buffalo has a chance.
Are they at Buffalo or at Pittsburgh?
At Buffalo, but it doesn't matter. Pittsburgh's just playing outdoors.
Yeah, but it could be a tougher game being at Buffalo for.
Yeah, because
there's no dildos being thrown on the field.
Oh, that's true, but
the lake effect snow and all that up in Buffalo at that time of year.
A lot more than down in
that's
Pittsburgh.
Only December 13th. It's not too bad. Then
you been to upstate New York in December?
Yes, I have.
When?
I've driven right through. I've driven right through Buffalo to go to Erie, which is even closer to Lake.
Have you ever lived up there during that time of year?
Have you?
Why the fuck would anyone want to live up there?
I lived in North Dakota once.
I've lived.
At least
up
North
there
Dakota's awesome.
That lake effect blows.
Go yeah, because it's windy.
No, it's just a lot of freaking snow.
That's why Nate loves it, because it blows.
Then they have the Bengals, the Colts, and then the Browns. I would love to see him go 15-1 and lose to the Browns.
I think the Browns might take him at the end of the year. Because I think that game's going to mean a lot to the Browns and their contention of actually making it to the playoffs.
And absolutely nothing to Pittsburgh, because they'll probably have the 1 seed already locked up.
Pretty much.
Are you two, it looks like you are. So, Chris, you want to get started on these Week 10 power rankings?
While he does that, I got to go grab something real quick.
All right, you go do that.
All right, so at 32, holding strong at 0-9 are the New York Jets. 31 is the Jacksonville Jaguars at 1-7. 30, the Dallas Cowboys at 2-7. Them boys aren't looking too good.
No,
I mean they didn't look too bad against Pittsburgh.
That new rookie quarterback actually, that 4-string quarterback was pretty decent, amazingly enough.
I was gonna say he's not a rookie. He was drafted in like 2015, I think.
He just hasn't got a lot of play time.
Didn't he play for the AAF or the XFL, Jeremy?
He played. Hold on, let me get. Chris, keep going. I will.
All right, so At 29, you have the Washington football team at 2-6, down 1 from 28. At 28, up 1, the New York Giants at 2-7. Holding strong at 27, you have the Detroit Lions at 3-5. 26, Houston Texans at 2-6. The Bungles, the Cincinnati Bengals, are at 2-5-1 at 25. 24 is the Carolina Panthers at 3-6. Down 5 slots, if my math's correct. The Denver Broncos at 23 at 3-5. Down 1 at 22. The Philadelphia Eagles at 3-4-1. Up 1 slot from 22 to 21. The New England Patriots at 3-5. Down 3, the San Francisco 49ers at 20 at 4-5. 19, Atlanta Falcons at 3-6. They're up 4 slots. At 18, the Los Angeles Chargers at 2-6. They are up 1 from 19. And at 17, my Chicago Bears at 5-4. And they are down 2 from 15.
At least the Bears are still have a winning record.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but I'm more sad about what I read today, like that there's a bunch of analysts thinking that a certain former draft pick of the Chicago Bears and former NFL quarterback would be a good pick for the head coach. And I'm not saying he wouldn't be, but it would make me cry because it's Jim Harbaugh, and I hate Jim Harbaugh with a fucking passion.
Oh,
Why?
yes.
'Cause they coaches Michigan.
Yes, and he went to Michigan. I just hate Jim Harbaugh in every facet of everything. So
you have to. Are you saying you might have to find a new pro team to follow?
I will just follow my wife's team. I'll follow the Steelers.
I think you need to just follow the Vikings or the Lions, just not Green Bay.
No, you got to find the team that she hates more than anybody and follow them.
The Ravens.
Yes.
All right, so quick rundown on Garrett Gilbert, the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback this past weekend.
Yeah, the 4-string QB that actually is better
Yes.
than the number 2 and number 3.
Yes. So he was drafted in the 2014 NFL Draft in the 6th round, the 214th pick. He was drafted by the St. Louis Rams. So he was on the St. Louis Rams in 2014, and to start 2014. And 2014 to 2015, he was on the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then 2015, he went to the Lions. 2015 to 2016, he was with the Raiders. 2017 to 2018, he was with the Panthers. Then in 2019, he went to Orlando Apollos, which is the AAF. He was they won the AAF championship that year. 2019 to 2020, he was with the Browns. And then 2020 to this current year, he was with the Cowboys. So
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams he's been on, including the AAF team.
Wow.
So in 2019, he was the passing yards leader and the passer rating leader in the AAF. And his team won the AAF championship.
So he's not a bad QB. He's just never been given really a shot, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I mean, his college, he went to, where's that? Texas? Which Texas?
He was Texas. He was
SMU.
Texas SMU.
No, SMU was his college.
Southern.
Texas Longhorns.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was a backup to Colt McCoy.
Ah.
2009, 2010. Longhorns. And then.
Did he transfer?
2011, 2000. Transferred to SMU in 2012 season. Won the starting job.
So it sounds like he wanted to actually play, so he transferred to a different college so he could play.
Yeah, he began the season with an inconsistent performance against Baylor, and as the season progressed, he did pretty good.
So it sounds like when it comes down to it, it sounds like he's a decent QB that's just never got given a chance in the pros, at least.
So his college career, he had 5 years in college. He started 37 games. He played in 47 games. He had a completion percentage of just under 60. He threw for just under 10,000 yards, 49 touchdowns, 49 interceptions, and a 116.3 passer rating. That was his college career.
Yeah.
So in 2014, he was cut from the practice squad at the end of October. And then in December, New England signed to the practice squad. That was the year they defeated the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So he has a Super Bowl win.
I don't think practice squad guys get
yes, they do. Everyone related to the team gets one. They don't all get the same one, but they get a Super Bowl ring. I think practice squad players get the normal ring, though. All player get the same ring. June 2015, he was waived.
All right.
Next day, the Lions picked him up. Then the Lions waived him in September. Then Oakland picked him up. Practice squad. So he spent a lot of time bouncing around practice squads.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it.
So he was drafted by Orlando in 2018. He played the team's inaugural 2019 AAF season.
All right, Jeremy. That's enough information on him. He's been around.
But it sounds like he's not starting this week. They're going to go back to the redhead.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
The red rifle. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it'll be next week because they're on bye this week.
Is that the case? That might be why.
Yeah, the Red Rocket would be next week because they're on a bye this week. All right, Nate, you ready to get to start with the Minnesota Vikings at number 16?
Yeah, but before I do that, I have 2 bits of admin data that I totally forgot about until just now. So we introduced the Jeremy Trophy. What was that, last week?
Yes.
Yes, 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, so this was made by Kim on Etsy, and I totally forgot to mention her when I introduced it. So this is her card.
Raise it up. And back out a little bit. A little bit more. Now go up.
You're not
and go to your right. Now go back a little bit more. Still not in focus. There. I think it's just his camera's wasn't autofocus correctly.
Okay, so
Trophies with a twist.
On Etsy, it's Trophies with a Twist, all one word. And you can go to www.trophieswithatwist.com, and she's got a lot of really cool and unique trophies that you can go through. I totally told her I was going to mention her last time. I forgot. So Kim at trophieswithatwist.com or on Etsy, Trophies with a Twist. And I want to let you all know that we have a sponsor this week.
We do.
We do. It's Rep Sports, REPPSPORT, all one word.com. And you can save 15% on your total order if you use the promo code Talking Stuff. They have Raise energy drinks, a bunch of different pre-workouts that you can get at GNC and all that. But again, if you use Talking Stuff at checkout, you can receive 15% off your total purchase. And that's my little bit of admin data. So moving on, at number 16, we have the Minnesota Vikings with a 3-5 record, and they were at number 20 last week. Cleveland Browns managed to drop 1 spot down from 14 to 15 with a 5-3. The Colts, who are playing right now, are 5-3, and they were at number 9, and now they're 14, which is a crazy drop. The LA Rams are 5-3 as well. So are the Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. That is your 13, 12, 11, and 10. Your Tennessee Titans were at number 11. Now they're number 9 with a 6-2. Your Seattle Seahawks were 4. Now we're 8, and they are with a 6-2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 6-3 at number 7. They dropped way back from 3 to 7. The Buffalo Bills were at 8. They jumped up 2 slots to number 6 with a 7-2. My Green Bay Packers are 6-2. They managed to get to number 5. They were at 7. The Baltimore Ravens were at 5, are now at 4 with a 6-2. And the New Orleans Saints went from 6 to 3 with a 6-2. The undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers are at number 2. They were number 2 last week. And the same spot at number 1 is the Kansas City Chiefs with an 8-1 record, sitting at number 1. Now we move on to fantasy football.
Yep.
Wait, before we get there, what do you guys think about Alex Smith getting the start this week for Washington?
Oh, I'm so fucking happy for him. He better get comeback player of the year.
It's about time.
More than a week and a game, or one game and a few extra snaps. That's going to be the issue. If he can go in there and stay and play, he'll get comeback player of the year.
Yep.
But it's probably going to be Gronk.
Probably. Anyhow, let's get to this week's last week's fantasy and this week's fantasy.
Yeah. So number 1, mixing it up, played against number 5, Oompa's team. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because Chris is sending me stuff on fucking Messenger. Oompa managed to beat the number 1 seed 174.82 to Mixing It Up's 163.86. Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs lost to Fu Flinger Maydong with a huge, probably the biggest upset of the whole week, 213.32 to his measly 172.04. What?
I'm not saying shit. I'll keep my mouth shut.
The Dolphinics managed at number 3 to beat number 4 Joe Buck Yourself 180.96 to 152.2. Gail's Grand Team at number 7 beat number 10 Unavailable 161.3 to 158.44. Ladies and gentlemen managed to lose when they're number 8 to Bad Juju, which I don't know how they lose to Bad Juju.
Shut up.
At number 9, which a really small margin of victory, 166.1 to 164.08. This week we're looking,
It's the same way Oompa lost to Unavailable last week.
Yeah.
It's because I spent the weekend in the hospital with somebody's girlfriend having a baby, and didn't screw with my team.
Hey, it's your significant other, so I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so we're looking at this week. Number 1, Mixing It Up is going against their at 7-2 is going against the husband at number 10. Jeremy, how is it your wife is number 1 and you're 10? Like
she has time to focus on fantasy football.
Who's got the ovaries in this relationship? That's what I want.
Jeremy does.
The issue is my honey-do list never stops.
That's
I
how
don't
she
care
keeps it
about
at number
fantasy
10 instead of so he can't get the number 1.
I used to pay attention to fantasy football. Now I don't care anymore.
So number 1, Mixing It Up is going at 7-2 is going up against number 10 Unavailable with their 1-8. And last I checked, Unavailable is projected to win this week.
Yes.
Just like every week, I'm always projected to win.
Yeah,
and then my team implodes.
When he was predicted to win against me, I'm like, oh, he's not going to win. I don't have to worry about it. I'll set my roster. They're good guys. They never get hurt. They always score points for me. And then they didn't show up. And it was all because he changed his name for the first time.
Number 2, Dolphinics at 6-3 is playing the Ladies and Edelmans, who is number 8 with a 3-6 record.
Come on, you know I just want my trophy now.
Number 3, Oompa's team, 6-3, is playing Joe Buck Yourself, who is number 6 with a 5-4. Fu Flinger Maydong is number 4 with a 5-4, playing against Bad Juju, number 9, who has 2-7 this year.
Oh, Nate, how tall is that trophy?
Which one? This one?
He wants to know how big his balls trophy is.
Oh, the actual trophy itself? So here's my head.
I don't know how tall your head is.
Well, I mean, it's a proportion.
Is it 6 inches? Is it 8 inches? Is it a foot?
I don't know. How big is my head?
Don't ask Nate anything about inches, because he's going to tell you 2 inches equals 6.
Yeah, man is going to tell you he's lying.
Hey, Nate, is your hand bigger than your face?
It's pretty close, since this trophy is the size of my face. You're looking about 10 or so inches.
He was also licking your balls.
You can bring it to work with you, Jeremy, and put it right on your desk.
No, I'm gonna hang it in the basement. I think.
Number 5, Lieutenant Dan's
I'm
Magic
gonna
Legs
put it right here. So when I
is
podcast, it's
5
right
and
there.
4 against number 7 Gail's Grand Team, who is also 5 and 4. And for those at home that are wondering who's winning this tattoo bet, presently I am sitting at 11 and 7 against Smitty's 9 and.
How did you jump all to 11 and 7 from that? You said you were losing so many games last week.
My math horribly wrong last week. Thank you very much.
Well, Jeremy established that when you like posted something for picks, and 30 seconds later, everything you posted was wrong.
So wrong.
Hey, I just did a quick math and
You could have been much worse than what you did.
I could have. Look, public school only teaches so much. So thank God for us in COVID teaching. So maybe our kids might actually learn something.
Did you forget after you? What was that, Amanda?
Look, I never claimed to be smart. Look, I can barely do math. If my kids were being taught by me, they'd be outside counting fucking pine cones.
The kids are coming over. We have to help them with their homework. Where'd Nate go?
I'm down here. I'm doing everything else but that.
Well, speaking of our picks, so Chris was our lone winner with 11 picks correct last week.
There you go, Chris.
Smitty came in second with 10.
What?
Yeah. Jeremy came in third with 9. Mo and Amanda both came in fourth at 8. And me and Nate pulled up the rear at 7. We're not gonna count Gail as the picks because she was a little busy creating a life.
Plenty of free time. She
God,
spent
no.
what, like over 24 hours sitting in the hospital?
Oh,
She
we
was
were there
not
so-
very comfortable.
No, it was miserable.
What do you mean? I heard you were sleeping most of the time.
No.
Amanda found out she does not want kids.
No, those cots are so fucking uncomfortable.
I heard they were getting manicures and pedicures.
Really?
and-
I thought the cot was actually quite comfortable when I slept there the first time.
The bed.
It's
in
because
the...
it's the same cot from the first time you were there.
Oh. Yeah, I weigh a little bit more than you, so it's probably a little bit more stretched out. So, last week.
Afterwards was great.
So, last Thursday, the Green Bay Packers went over to San Francisco, and for the first time in a long time, they beat San Francisco 34-17 in San Fran. The Houston Texans went...
Slow down. We gotta give them their credit. I mean,
it's very rare that they actually win in San Francisco.
Gone to California and lost. Like
well, that's
3 to
San
5
Francisco
seasons
has like
in a
no
row.
team left.
Hey, I'll fucking take it. A win's a win. All right.
Even if they're playing the third string, it doesn't matter.
I don't fucking care. We won. Hallelujah, we won.
Third string, wasn't that like their fifth string?
Probably. Well, speaking of fifth string, the Houston Texans went over the Jacksonville Jaguars and actually won 27-25. The New York Giants went down to Washington, and they won 23-20. The Baltimore Ravens went over the Colts and they won 24-10. For a while, it looked like Baltimore was not going to win this game until the second half happened, and that was the end of that. The Detroit Lions went up to Minnesota and they lost 34-20.
You're not very good at geography, are you?
Minnesota's high, where the Vikings play is higher than Detroit.
Is it?
I think so.
Yes, but you say every direction first.
The Chicago Bears went down to Tennessee. I know that for a fact. The Bears lost 24-17. The Carolina Panthers went left to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they lost. The Chiefs beat them 33-31.
Which way's left?
Well, when you're looking at a map, when the New England's up on your top right, Kansas City's over on your left.
Which way's that though?
The one that makes an L.
There you go, Amanda. Thankfully, someone understands.
I'm giving him a sign too.
Yes, but you got it's Travis. You could hit him with the sign, and you still wouldn't figure it out.
The Seattle Seahawks went up to Buffalo, over to Buffalo, and they lost in a game that we did not see happening with this come out. Buffalo won.
Said that Seahawks defense was garbage.
Yeah, well,
and it proved its point.
The Bills definitely showed up last week, and they won 24-17. The Denver Broncos went over to Atlanta Falcons. Falcons won 33-31.
They almost lost again.
They tried. Boy, did they try. The Raiders went over the Las Vegas Raiders went back towards home at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Raiders won 31-26. The Miami Dolphins showed up this week against the Arizona Cardinals, beating them 34-31.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
The question was Smitty shitting bricks when that kicker lined up to kick the tying field
Oh,
goal?
the 50...
I promise you, Smitty did not sit for 1 second during the entire game and smoked 5 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah. And it was, what, it was 50... Was it 51 yards? Jerry, was it 51 yards or 54 yards?
It wasn't that long. It should have been made.
No, it was a hell of a kick. It was a long distance kick.
50s aren't long.
Do you ever try to kick a 50-yard field goal?
He's a professional kicker. 60s long, 50s.
50's still a long kick. Hell, we got people.
50 yards. You miss it to the left or the right. You don't come up short.
No, you don't come up short, but you still see them missing left to the right for 30 yards.
Yes, but he was dead straight and he came up short.
See, sometimes telling a little white lie is okay. Like, for instance, when you catch your father jacking off in a gay man's bathhouse.
The Pittsburgh Steelers tried to lose to the Dallas Cowboys, but they pulled it off 24-19. The New Orleans Saints, they made the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look like a Pop Warner team.
Oh my God, that game was brutal.
Yeah, that was bad.
It made me so happy because you know what? Defense wins championships. Right?
Well, the Saints won.
You're saying your team's not winning this year?
Nope.
My team totally destroyed Smitty last week, and he talked all kinds of shit like defense don't win.
Well, the Saints won 38-3 in a very disappointing Tom Brady showing. The New England Patriots.
Or a just dessert?
Huh?
So was that disappointing or a just dessert?
It was disappointing because I think it was just more disappointing that the game sucked. It wasn't a very exciting game.
Well, it was very easy to go to bed at halftime during this game.
But you know what? The next game you're about to talk about was way more exciting than the other game.
Way more exciting than I expected it to be.
Oh my God!
The New England Patriots. Well, what the worst part is the Patriots were down by I think 15 points.
The Jets pulled the Falcons.
Yeah, and they were down by 9 points, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna come downstairs. I'm gonna mud some more. I'm gonna paint. I'll check the game in a little bit because the game was flying. It was over by what 11-11.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But the New England Patriots managed to squeak out a win with a field goal, 30-27 against the Jets. All right, guys, real quick. Was it a good win, a bad win, or was it just a whatever game?
It was, I think, sorry, I got distracted by Tannehill's sack just now. It was a good game. I mean, granted, if you look at the power rankings with the Patriots not doing well, I think the Jets are in last place.
Very last.
The Jets showed up to play against a team that's in their division and held their own. I think it's promising for the Jets. I mean, I know 2 of you are New England fans and probably don't like the Jets whatsoever.
Nope.
And I know my life partner hates the Jets, which I would love to get him on this conversation because why? If he has any team that hate, it should be New England.
No. We talked about this.
I digress.
So Smitty has determined that he is the Joker, and the New England Patriots, Nate, you're too tall for your camera.
It's because Amanda's down here and her back hurts, and I can't move the camera up, so you're gonna have to deal with the Golden Girls.
Well,
right?
then shrink.
You shrink. I mean, grow.
Well, we talked about this. Smitty's Miami Dolphins are more like the Joker, and the New England Patriots are his Batman. And then like life partners, then until the death do they part.
I know. I don't care. But I think it was just a game to show that the Jets are capable. Granted, it's not the Patriots of last year. It's the new Patriots with their
nothingness
JTS team. But it goes to show that the Jets can win, and they are capable of putting up points, and they will fight to the end. regardless of the fact they're the worst team in the league.
What do you mean? That coach tried to give that game away how many times?
And the players said no.
No, the players did it. They went 12 men out on the field. They threw a deep pass into double coverage where the receivers nowhere close. They gave it away.
They sure tried.
They completely participated in giving that game away.
Hey, in today's society, they're all going to get a trophy.
All right, so let's get to this week's picks. Maybe this week I'll actually get Gail's picks.
Who picked what for tonight? Who?
So
because right now the Titans are winning 17-13.
Right now, all of us that picked, because Gail wasn't able to get her picks in, all of us went with the Titans. So that's the good news. Bad news is that it's a much closer game than we all expected.
Yeah, the bad news is that Derrick Henry only has 8.6 fantasy points.
Travis, 49-yard attempt. He came up short on.
Who did?
Arizona's kicker.
Ah.
All right.
So Nate, let's get to you first.
We doing Texans Browns?
Yep, Texans Browns.
Who's home?
We can't.
The Browns are at home.
Yeah, we can't see anything.
Okay, so the Texans are heading over to the Browns. The Browns are at home at 1:00.
I am going to go with the Browns every game for the rest of the season unless they play my Packers.
The only reason I'm going with the Browns is I believe they are much better than the Texans this year. Jerry, who are you going with?
What game are we talking about?
Texans Browns.
Texans Browns at 1:00. If you were listening.
I was looking up. I was checking to see if anything else happened after that point of the game. Texans at Browns.
Texans at Browns at 1:00.
I am going to go with the Browns, I guess.
Chris, who are you going with?
Also going to go with the Browns, but I need Deshaun Watson to maybe have a good game.
Well, if he's playing from behind, he might get more points.
True.
Jerry, who is Mo going with?
Browns.
Browns. Amanda, are you still here?
Yeah.
Who are you going to pick?
Browns.
The Browns. Browns across the
Shanked
board.
that thing.
Yeah, I did.
I
She
just saw
sounds
the
so
replay.
sweet and innocent.
I just saw the replay of that shank, and I'm like, wow, that's bad. What'd that go, like 25 yards, if that?
If that. So next. Whew.
That doesn't sound like the next game.
Nope. Next we have the Washington football team over at the Detroit Lions, and I have the first pick.
I'm glad it's you, not me.
Yeah, because this is a crappy game to have to pick.
Oh, that's pass interference. He pushed him.
Who's starting for Washington this week?
Alex Smith, I think.
The ultimate game manager.
Well, that might be what it takes to beat Detroit. You know what? I'm going to take a shot with Washington. It's a bad game to have to pick, but I'm going to take a shot with it. Jerry, what are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Chris, who are you going with?
I'm going to jump on your bandwagon there, Travis. I'm going to go with Washington.
I mean, I want Alex Smith to win. But...
Smitty
I
went
need
with
McLaurin to have a big day. So.
Smitty went with the Lions. Who's Mo going with?
She's going with the Lions.
Oh, the Colts are up 19-17. Mo is going with the Lions.
At Shelby.
Granny porn?
No, he's looking at cars.
Oh, before earlier he was looking at granny porn. Amanda, who are you going to go with? You going to go with Washington or Detroit?
Detroit.
Detroit Lions. So, Nate, are you paying attention or you still looking at granny stuff?
I'm about to send you what I was looking at, but I'm going to go with Detroit. I want Washington to win, but I got to look past my want and who I think is going to win, and I think Detroit.
Think Detroit's going to actually pull out that week?
Yeah, I think they have a better
shot.
Chance, yeah.
Jern, you're the first pick. At 1:00, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers.
This is going to be a good game.
The Bucs did smack around early this season, so.
I think Tampa gets...
Get the right game?
Yeah, I think they got their ass kicked last week, and they're kind of... They realize they can't just half-ass it.
Yeah.
And it's not a primetime game, so they're going to play their asses off.
So, Chris, your pick.
I'm going to go with Tampa.
Going with the Bucs. Smitty went with the Bucs, so that's good news. Jerry, who's Mo going with?
The Bucs.
The Bucs. Amanda, who you going with?
The Bucks.
The Bucs. Nate, who you going with? The Panthers?
Who's home? I'm sorry. I know you said this, but Panthers are home.
Panthers at home. Tampa Bay's going there.
Oh, what everybody else go with?
The Bucs.
Usually I can see this on a screen, but I can't see it this week.
I know. We're losing. I had at one point 70 frames percent dropped, and it's just I'm gonna have to upload the whole video afterwards.
I know. So what? I feel like a lot of people went with Tampa.
Everybody so far.
Oh, well, hang on. Brady just got blown the fuck out.
Yeah. He's not going to lose 2 weeks in a row.
I was thinking about Carolina. I really was.
He's not gonna lay.
Yeah, and then I just realized that he got fucking shellacked.
Yeah.
If you were paying attention, you would have heard me specify that.
Oh no, I heard you say it. I just forgot.
His ADD is in full swing tonight.
Oh yeah, I was too busy jizzing over this 1967 Shelby clone over here.
I would support.
Oh, do you know that they are selling the one from the newer Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, I wouldn't want it.
No, I don't want that one. I want the one from Gone in 60 Seconds.
The original Gone in
yeah.
60 Seconds, not the Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage.
Eleanor. I want Eleanor from
Well,
Gone in 60
technically
Seconds.
they're both Eleanor, the original one and the new one.
Steve McQueen.
You want the Steve McQueen Eleanor, or do you want the Nicolas Cage Eleanor?
I would take either as long as we just keep moving forward.
Yes, the answer is yes. I'll take both.
Well, they're auctioning off the Nicolas Cage Eleanor. But anyhow, Nate.
None of us have enough money for that.
We
No.
can't afford it. Even if we all put all of our money together, we still couldn't afford it.
I'm broke.
So
I'm
Nate,
gonna
make
sell
a
low
damn
down
pick.
You gonna
What?
start giving
Tampa
us
Bay Buccaneers or Carolina Panthers?
I already said the Buccaneers.
You
Oh.
said Tampa like 20 minutes ago. Weren't you paying attention?
Get the cotton out of your ears, Joe.
Well, he went straight into something completely different.
No, I
he
said
literally
what you
said,
said. You're
"Oh,
like,
Brady got shellacked last week. I'm going with Tampa."
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm going
There's
with.
no way Brady's gonna go for another loss in a row.
Well, I am also going with the Bucks. So that means, Chris, you have the first pick. The Philadelphia Eagles are going up to Green Bay. Packers are at home.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
but-
Oh, time out. You're wrong there, fella.
They're playing the New York Giants.
Eagles
Oh.
play the Giants.
Well, then that means things have changed because when I looked
The
early.
Jags are playing the Packers.
The Jaguars are playing against the Packers.
Oh, so we got some games that moved in the last couple of days. That means
No, nothing moved the last couple of days. That's all.
no,
A while ago.
no, because I looked literally Tuesday, and
Games have been rescheduled this week.
this was all correct. So
I think you just thought it was correct.
no, it was because I only fill these in like 2 weeks at a time.
No games have changed this week.
Look, it's all right. We have an audible here. It's the Eagles and Giants this week at 1:00. I have no idea who's at home. I'm going to take a stab that
Well-
the Giants are at home.
Well, then no, we are going to need a minute because I need to fix these things so that way they actually work properly.
All
Okay,
right.
Nate, it's time for us to shine. What do we got on Facebook Marketplace to look at?
Oh my gosh.
Discuss.
Well,
You're looking at this.
I'm on. Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely.
you like that free shit?
I definitely did. I sent her a message. I'm presently on Craigslist, looking at cars. I searched for Ford Mustang because I want a Ford Mustang. I can go into Misconnections and get a
Rebek.
Jeremy can buy our couch. That's on Marketplace.
Oh, what?
ooh.
Facebook
So
Marketplace. We're selling our couch.
here we go. I'm waiting for Mr. Hard. M for M. I love talking to a hard
No,
thing
Nate,
down-
we can't go through those because on YouTube.
We're not on YouTube right now.
No, but to post
Oh.
this, we can't go through that.
Well, that's
Wait, you're selling your couch on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah. Well, here we go. This
Okay.
one's not bad, I promise. Gardner Walmart. We were looking at candles on sale on 11/10. You blonde, very attractive. Should have got your number. Tell me what my face shield was, or something I would know. Let's burn a candle together. See, that's not bad.
Gardner Walmart, ladies and gentlemen.
See?
That is creepy. Oh, what the?
Jags.
What just happened in the game? I see a defense there scoring a touchdown.
Was that block punt?
Yeah.
Because Jacksonville, so the Giants were supposed to have the bye week. Hey, the Jacksonville Jaguars were supposed to have the bye week this week.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
Packers.
You gotta love it when special teams comes to play.
Oh, he came through clean as a whistle too.
Oh yeah, not even touched.
Oh, he almost missed that. Let's look at free stuff on Marketplace. Hey, look, there's a free pack and buy.
Oh, so Chris has to take power poop.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't get
Well,
the memo?
No, he just sent me a message saying it. So I don't know if I should look at that 42-inch Cub Cadet snowblower or not. I think it's missing the undercarriage attachment.
yeah. If it's missing that part, it would be probably cost just as much to
Hey,
get the
don't get
attachment.
drywall anymore, Travis.
Huh?
There's
Somebody's
free
getting rid
drywall.
of free half-inch sheetrock.
I'm done with drywall for right now.
That's why it says 2 bedroom done.
You need it? Nope. Great.
Now if there are drop ceilings, then yeah, we can definitely use it.
No, I need drop ceilings.
No, we do first.
No,
Amanda called dibs.
I already called dibs. Nice try.
Well, whose vehicle are you gonna pick them up in?
Mine?
Well,
Uh,
a drop ceiling, you can put them in a van.
I have
Actually-
two views. Use that go down.
There was free drop ceiling I saw last week, but it was black and it was like 60 square feet. It wasn't enough to do anything really,
All right,
and it was
so
black. So
Jags
black
are in the
frames.
pack.
See, I actually thought about going with black and white and doing a checkered pattern or black and
No.
red.
Veto.
It's for one of the rooms down here.
So Nate, you know what you can do?
Need resale value.
No.
That's ugly.
Hey, shush.
You hear that? You just said it right.
Nate, you want to know what you? Nate, you want to know what you can do? You can actually get engraved ones with Packers logo and Patriot logo ceiling tiles.
Nope.
You can all Packers logo.
No.
Nope.
I do want this barn board though in Lunenburg.
I want that dog.
I want that dog.
Previous. When you were back there was a doggo. Look at it!
They're selling wine court.
I want the doggy in the picture.
How much is the dog in the picture?
I hate you, Nate.
Why?
Because you started singing the song, now it's gonna be stuck in my damn head.
Did you think of me when you wiped?
Did you Snapchat?
You didn't Snapchat.
I didn't snap you. I was in a hurry.
Go back. That's it. Gotta do it
Go back, take two. Hey, there's a Snap-on wheel bouncer in Swansea for $135.
That's not bad for a Snap-on.
No. Actually looks like the one that we practice on as freshmen.
We don't need one of those.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you should know. Money that will save us?
Travis needs one. We do not.
No, we as a collective needs one.
Yes,
This is like a three-way here.
Consider there's like 8 or 10 sets of tires we'd be changing on average.
Hold on, if that's a three-way and we're a four-way, what does that make us?
A 7-way?
It's an Eiffel Tower plus one.
It was just so awkward and impossible. They kept having me be the significant other and everything. And they were just like, yeah, like, and they didn't know like what to call me because we were talking about boyfriends, but then I was there and they were like so confused. It was really funny.
You should say, yeah, this is for our boyfriends. It just really messed with them.
If we bought these 55-gallon plastic barrels, we can make a pontoon boat.
Yes, we could.
We don't though, so unless you're gonna rent us access to.
Oh, there's free whiteboards and an office chair or folding chair in orange. You know what I really want to buy is in Leominster they have these antique and vintage street lights and parts available.
Nope. We already have lights. So many lights. They don't know what you're gonna do with.
But they have a lot. Look at those.
I understand.
And they're $5 each. Some of these things are pure gold.
What are you gonna do with them?
Oh, something.
Yeah, that's what you said the last ones. They're still just sitting there.
Yeah, I haven't found the purpose yet. I don't expect you to understand the value of rusty gold.
I understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't sit at your house.
No,
See, it's in the shed. You don't even see them. When was the last time you went in the shed? You shut the door. You didn't even go in the shed.
I did. I went in to make sure that you found the charger for the
Oh,
leaf blower.
I did.
So I did go inside of it. Yes, I saw that, and you had it hooked up.
No, I definitely want these 1930s gas station fluid storage cabinets for $50 each. That'd be great. You want some utility poles?
There we go. Now those are useful.
Absolutely.
Utility poles? Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Instead of
All right.
a,
Now we can get back to the picks.
Instead of pallets, we will get utility poles?
yes, and make a log cabin style shed.
There you go.
I would be mad about
We can rebuild us the podcast desk with utility poles.
All right, now everything's fixed.
You have
Wheel gets
if you
wheeled
were to buy that from someone, you probably spend at least $500 on those two pieces of wood right there.
Can we make utility poles out of the tree in the yard?
No,
Not
that's
exactly.
collapsed.
That's gonna be slabs going down, but the desk down there.
Well, we could make utility poles out of it.
We can
No.
make up.
You'd have to trim so much down, it'd be so much space, it'd be incredible. Chris,
I found a different.
Chris.
Yes, Travis.
the Philadelphia Eagles are playing the New York Giants at 1 o'clock at the Giants.
Let's take the Eagles.
Yeah, take the Eagles. Come on, Eagles. There we go. All right, who's Mo going with? Eagles or Giants?
Eagles, Giants are home.
She's going with the Giants.
Mo's going with the Giants. Oh, that means I got the wrong ones picked for Smitty's. So, Nate, can you pull up Smitty's things in our chat?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Amanda, while he's doing that, can you pick between the Eagles and the Giants?
The Giants.
The Giants. Nate, are you ready to make your pick?
Yeah, I hate.
You could write Eagles, Packers, Texans.
Yes, we pick the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. I want to go with the Giants, but I think the Eagles might win this.
You ready to go with the Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go with the Eagles, but I kind of want to go with the Giants.
It's a tough pick because again, it's who sucks the least.
Yes.
And I think the Eagles suck less than the Giants.
The Giants had a good showing last week, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they're just gonna barely squeak it out. Who are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with the team that's gonna win.
So that would be
What game are we talking
the Giants-Eagles game. Eagles are at Giants.
about? Let's go with the Eagles.
All right, so Giants going with the Eagles. Chris had first pick. So Nate, I need Smitty's pick between the Jacksonville Jaguars and Green Bay Packers.
He picked the Packers.
Pick the Packers.
I saw it.
So Jeremy, I need Mo's pick for the Jaguars Packers game.
Packers.
Packers.
Nate, that one we can cut deeper with.
What do you mean cut deeper?
It's a vertical sawmill instead of horizontal.
Oh.
One-side conversation.
Yes.
They
Amanda.
asked me what into polls, so I said no.
No, we need a lead for that.
Packers.
Packers. Nate, are you going to Packers or are you going to bet against them again?
Packers. They're playing Jacksonville. That's almost a bye week.
I am also going for the
I
Packers.
almost not start Aaron Rodgers because he's not going to play the entire second half of the game.
Nope. Watch them lose.
Yeah.
Jeremy, who are you going with?
I'm going with Mr. Fudge.
Chris, are you also following the Fudge Packers?
I mean, I don't really want to follow any Fudge Trackers, but, you know, I'll go with Green Bay, unfortunately.
What if it was Willy Wonka's Fudge Packers?
Maybe. Durham Lewis will work good.
Jeremy, who's Mo going with between the Buffalo Bills and at the Arizona Cardinals?
Wasn't that last week?
Nope.
Oh, that's Miami, Arizona.
Right.
She's going to Arizona.
She's going with Arizona to beat the Bills. Amanda, who are you going with? This is a 4:05 game at Arizona. Warm weather. Bills?
I don't feel bad about that.
Since Chris made the comment, that shed picture.
Nate, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Buffalo.
I'm going with Buffalo. I don't think Arizona's got 2 good weeks in it, so I'm going with Buffalo. Jeremy, who are you going with?
I am going to go with Arizona.
Jeremy's going with Arizona. Chris, who are you going with?
I'm going to check Kyler Murray.
So that would be Arizona?
Arizona. Yeah, Arizona, sorry. You just freaking talked about him.
I did.
That doesn't mean anything.
He doesn't know what the name actually sounds like when someone else says it.
He doesn't know what it sounds like when he says it.
It sounds like stutter.
I guess. And who's me going with, Nate? I'm going to make you pay attention one way or another.
Cardinals?
Cardinals.
I'm
So,
paying attention. I run out of attention by the time you get back to Smith.
Amanda, you are the first between the Chargers at Miami. You going to go with Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Nate, who are you going with?
Miami?
You know what? I hate to say it, but Miami's kind of bringing me around. And, yeah, I'm going Miami. Jeremy, who are you going with?
What game are we talking about?
Chargers are at Miami.
I am going to. This game's killing me.
This is a 4:05 game also.
That's rookie versus rookie quarterback.
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of? Two was a rookie.
No, he got hurt last year.
In college.
Two was a
He was
rookie.
drafted the 5th pick overall, I believe, by Miami. Herbert was the 6th pick overall by the Chargers.
We get it, Travis. You're tired. You had a baby. Your wife's been up all night taking care of the baby, and you've been sleeping. We got it. You're tired.
Come on. Pick one, Jeremy.
WeHadABabyItsaGirl. Which game were we talking about again? That was Miami versus Chargers?
Yes, at Miami.
At Miami. I'm going to take Miami. Chargers don't travel well.
Chris, who you going with?
Two goes off. Miami.
To Miami. And Smitty, as always, is going to Miami. So that was an easy one. Who's Mo going with?
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Wait.
We have a Dolphins across the board first time ever.
Smitty's losing his shit.
We got to wait for...
Somebody should call Smitty again just so we can inform him of that.
And, well, we do have Gail who's got sending her picks because she's, I'm pretty sure, napping.
No, it's across the board. So she has to be now.
Is it napping at 10 o'clock at night or is it just sleeping?
Well, we're going to be up in a couple of hours because somebody's hungry. It's napping.
You can feed him in a couple hours? I feel like you should be feeding the dog in a couple hours.
He could.
And let the woman for whom got sliced open bear your
It all depends on when... Because last night she slept for like 7 hours.
It all depends if Travis still...
Because I have to take everybody else to school this morning.
7 hours. That's unheard of. I could get up in a few hours. I'll call napping. I call it my power sleep. like 2 or 3 hours. I'm good to go for the day.
All right, so Nate, you're the first pick. The Denver Broncos are at the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's in Division 2.
Oh, that's
Yes, it is.
That's what she said.
It doesn't say that very often.
It's been a while.
I'm not so 3 days, and I'm sick.
So, Chess, this sawmill thing, we just have to like a 2x6 or 2x8. You could probably get almost the full length of your bar out of it.
Goskowski just can't fucking win.
Where are you seeing this? Because I'm not seeing this, Jeremy.
I shared it on Facebook, on our Facebook thick and thin.
Yeah. I'm going
Oh, okay, I see it.
to receive me. My pick will be the Broncos.
Broncos?
Yeah.
All right, so
It's
at the Raiders.
One, but yeah.
I'm going to go with Raiders for this one. Jeremy, who you going with?
For that. I don't.
Where are they at?
At Raiders. Broncos at Raiders.
I'm going with Vegas.
You're going Vegas. Chris, who you going with?
In Gruden, I trust.
So some Raiders we got. Who's Smitty going with?
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Hang on, it's loading. Let me filter through all the car shit real quick. Look at that. Who's looking at a Lamborghini?
Oh, I just threw that out there to be a smart ass.
You notice who Amanda's first goes to? Jeremy.
No, look at the car posted after Lamborghini.
I like the VW bus, though.
He chose the Raiders.
He chose the Raiders.
Yep.
Who's Mo going with, Jeremy?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
See the car posted after Lamborghini?
1929 Rolls Royce.
Yes.
Amanda, who you going with? The Broncos or the Raiders?
Raiders.
The Raiders are one Bronco so far.
Based on the Rolls Royce, though?
What is it, 150,000?
Well, if it's on my house.
You can own yourself a Rolls Royce.
We don't want a Rolls Royce.
But Amanda does. It's her money.
A 1929 Rolls Royce.
No.
It's her money and she wants it now.
No, she wants an Eleanor clone is what she wants.
No clone. She wants the original.
Not even a Canadian wants a Rolls Royce.
I'm spending money buying myself Porsche.
No, you don't want one of those.
You want one of
You can't drive where you bought about once, you don't move anywhere.
Yeah, if you're going to get a car you can't drive, you might as well get yourself a nice Ferrari.
No, what you need to get
An Aventador.
Cooper from the Italian shop.
No, I want
Yes.
Porsche GT.
No, you need a Ferrari Aventador. That's what you really need.
No.
Yeah, trust me. Look at it.
She really needs a 92 Ford Explorer.
Exploder?
Any Bauer edition.
How dare you? She needs an 89 Honda.
Prelude. Don't turbo that shit.
A 1989 convertible Chrysler LeBaron.
Oh, yes. The boat.
At that point, you might as well just get like a rabbit or something.
Oh my god, I would love Volkswagen Rabbit easily. Are you kidding me? Oh.
So next we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. I have the first pick and I'm going with the Seahawks. Germany, you got the next one.
I'm going to Seahawks.
Seahawks. Chris, you going with the Seahawks again?
I am.
Who's Smitty going with, Nate?
God damn it.
Jerry, who's Mo going with?
There's other people that are on this.
What was that? What game
Go with the Seahawks.
We are going to go Seahawks, Rams.
Oh,
Smitty,
you went Seahawks, Ravens, Vikings, Bengals, Saints.
who's Mo? He's not anymore.
Seahawks.
So who's Mo going with?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Amanda, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
You're going with the Rams. She wants the Ramage. Nate, who you going with?
Rams.
You going with some Ramage?
Are you mad because I picked the Rams?
I
too?
am.
You know, like, Nate likes to get rammed.
You should know.
Well, I was like, look, the Buffalo beat Seattle last week. The Rams looked at 8. So I feel like the Rams are going to come prepared to beat their Seahawks. And then she went and took the Thunder.
So Jeremy, you have the first pick. The Bengals are going over the Steelers with a possible no Roethlisberger playing because of COVID possibility.
But yeah, somebody still picks him up in fantasy.
Hey, he was available. who drops him and instead of putting him on IR?
I have Mahomes. I don't actually need him.
Yeah, Mahomes.
Mahomes.
You have
I
Mahomes.
don't have to put him on IR.
This 88 Mustang is exactly what I'm looking for.
Jeremy, Bengals or Steelers?
I'm going to take the Steelers.
You take Steelers. Hope they stay undefeated. Chris, who you going with?
Steelers.
Steelers. I remember this one because this was Smitty's upset. He's calling for a Bengals upset over the Steelers.
Yes, this is the third week in a row he's called for the
I'm gonna cry though.
I think he's
Because
going
that happens. That means.
Pittsburgh every week now. Because at some point he's going to be right.
Yeah,
Exactly. If this happens, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm gonna probably not play Burrows this week. And if he goes off and beats the Steelers, I'm gonna be pissed.
So Jeremy, who's Mo going with?
She's going to the Steelers.
She's going to Steelers. Amanda, who you going with?
A Steelers quarterback if Roethlisberger isn't playing. How good is he?
Is it Duck Hodges against them?
No, it's fucking Mason Rudolph. They got Hodges.
They cut Duck.
Yeah.
What? The Duck?
So the third string job, they brought Josh with Hobbs back.
So they're not very good.
The Austin Healy's a good deal.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So they really could lose.
They really could lose if they don't have Roethlisberger.
I love how Travis adds an N.
But they're playing the Bengals.
The Bengals.
I guess I'm still gonna go with them.
You gonna still go with Steelers?
Yeah.
Nate, who you going with? You gonna follow your life partner or your girlfriend?
I am actually going to follow my life partner.
Going with the Bengals?
Yeah. Until the Duck Hodges and all that crap has happened, I was 100% going to go with the Steelers. But knowing that's a backup quarterback against the Bengals,
Possibly.
yeah,
It's not certain. I definitely go buy Austin Healy.
it's worth it.
So I did more reading into this when I picked up Roethlisberger. He sat next to somebody that tested positive. He has not tested positive yet. He was just in close contact with them, well, proximity to them. So I am going to take the benefit out and hope they test negative for the next 2 days. And I'm going to go with the Steelers.
He's going to test negative.
Test negative. Chris, you have the next. San Francisco is going down to the Big Easy, the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, Breeze all day.
Breeze all day. Who's going to go with the Saints?
Give me a second. Because it's out of freaking order.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's never going to work. Jeremy, who's Mo going with?
Saints.
Saints. Man, who are you going with?
That just scored a touchdown.
Holy crap, India's beating the hell out of Tennessee.
India's beating them.
I think Jacoby Brissett's just not going to touch like the 3-yard line, 3rd and 1.
Oh, he's back in?
They put him in for that play.
Oh, I also saw him playing a lot. But so man's going with the Saints. Nate, who are you going with?
Saints.
Nate is also going with the Saints? I am also going with the Saints. Jared, you going with the Niners?
You know, in Jimmy G, he sucks. I'm going with 6.
Isn't he out for the rest of the season?
Yes, he is.
He's out for the rest of his career. That guy's freaking last window right now.
All right, Chris, who's Smitty going with between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots?
With Ravens.
The Ravens, give him a shot.
So beautiful.
Jerry, who's Mo going with between the Ravens and the Patriots?
Makes him fragile. She's going with the Patriots.
She's going with the Patriots. She got renewed faith at beating the worst team in the league. Amanda, who you going with?
I don't understand why you go with the Patriots. So the Ravens.
You go with the Ravens. Nate, who you going with?
Because you played to win the game, that's why.
Tuki. We don't have any toucans over here.
I think we established like a and ticket don't work. I'm going with the Ravens.
No, Tuki is from Ace Ventura, Princess, and he was a...
Have you never seen the movie Evolution?
Evolution, the one with 3 eyes?
Evolution with the meteorite that hits the Earth.
Yeah.
And yeah, the and ticket don't work. It's when they're in the freaking mall and they're trying to get the pterodactyl down.
Oh, yes. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking Ace Ventura because he does the same thing there. But I'm also going with the Ravens. Jerry, who you going with?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. It was like Jerry's video for us, but it's not giving the old face.
No, I think the Ravens are going to lose, but no, I shouldn't have said Ravens, but too late. I already made my pick.
Yeah. Chris, who you going with?
What do you think that Ravens. That thing up?
Do it.
Look at it this way, Jeremy. If the Ravens win as we figure they will, you'll be more right than your wife. So that makes Mo the first pick of the Vikings Chicago Bears. Jeremy's video froze. Oh, there it is.
All blurry and shit, but he's back.
Come on, it was kind of funny having you giving the O face.
No, my face completely like went away.
Oh, well, it froze with you being on a full O face.
Well, it's what happens over here. I'm a little busy working.
So, Jeremy,
I'm buying a wrecker.
A wrecker. There we go, finally.
I'm buying Mater here.
You're getting Mater and you're getting a tire machine? Perfect.
I'm getting Mater, a tire machine, and a Austin Healy.
Nate, you just need to find me like a GS9 job up there so I can just come move up there.
We can arrange that.
There are GS9 jobs up here.
There are.
Okay, ones that I qualify for.
There's a house for sale.
I can make you qualify for one of these jobs. I'm not qualified for my job.
You could live near Travis and not that far from us.
See,
And it's a 5-minute ride from Jeremy's house?
Listen, I'm just trying to sell my house. to you. Being really nice about it.
So, Jeremy, who's Mo going with? The Minnesota Vikings or they are at the Chicago Bears?
She's going with the Vikings.
She's going with the Vikings. Amanda, who you going with?
The Bears.
The Bears. Nate, who you going with?
I don't want to pick either team.
Well, you have to, so suck it up, Buttercup.
Flip a coin if you have
Lesser of
to.
two evils, the purple people eater or the Bears?
The Vikings are my lesser of the two evils, so I'm going to go with the Vikings.
The Vikings.
The Bears have a chance to take the division, so I want the Vikings to win.
You know what? We're at Chicago.
The Bears are going to win. I'm going to tell you the Bears are going to win, but I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. Jeremy, who you going with?
I would say the Bears, but they're trending downward, and Dalvin Cook seems to be running all over everyone recently, so I'm going to take the Vikings.
Chris, are you going with the Bears?